dynamic lady, and I see her sitting there and she's smiling very shyly. Her name is Mildred Crawford. And I must tell you the story. I went to Denby, you know. It had been years since I'd gone to Denby. I used to go as a child because my mother's father was a farmer, and you know, we always went to Denby, great excitement, and they'd cotton candy and all of these things. But I went to Denby and I went and looked at the cows and I wandered around. And as I was wandering around, I spotted this lady. And I said, "What do you do? How come you're exhibiting here?" And she introduced herself and told me that she was a member of Jamaica's network of rural women producers. I said, "I've never heard of these rural women producers." She said, "Oh yes, a group of women had gotten together and decided to network, help each other to market and brand their products." And she was doing that. But she's a woman of many talents, and she's an entrepreneur in her own right. She's a pig farmer. Now, many of you who eat jerk pork and ham at Christmas and all these things, you don't think about where it comes from. But somebody has to farm those things, and she's one of these people. She also works as a Eurogap specialist. Now, she's going to have to explain what that is, but I think it has something to do with hobnobbing with very important people from the European Union, right? Who fund all sorts of things. Some of the people that Christians spoke about, who sometimes see what we can't see right here at yard. They're seeing it, they come in from the outside and say, "Oh, how wonderful, this is very novel." And we just say, "Well, what are you talking about? You know, this is something that we have every day." So she works with people like that. And I would ask her now to come up and to share her story. Mildred, over to you.
I don't think I have to reintroduce myself. It has been done already by Roland. But since she has touched upon Eurogap, let me explain what Eurogap is. Eurogap comes from the word European Union Good Agriculture Practice. And if you ask what is Eurogap, it's a group of standards with international certification option. It covers, okay, its protocols is based on ASAP. And it covers risk prevention and focuses on good agricultural practice. It covers a very wide scope: food safety, environmental protection, animal welfare, occupational health and safety and welfare. A minister of religion sold me one pig. And I bought some blocks, etc., to make this pig house a comfortable dwelling place. When she littered 16. She had a mortality of 2, that is 2 died. And 4 grew up. And I said to myself, but this is a very healthy pig. That is what I said in my own term. But I realized this was more than I bargained for, because the next litter, she littered the same 16, and she still had a mortality of 2. Now a pig will litter 3 times per year. And if you multiply 14 times 3, you will realize that I was in for big trouble. So I had to think about expanding Miss Piggy's home. A friend of mine came by, and when she saw what was happening, she encouraged me to go into pig farming. Not knowing much about livestock farming, I started to build up, when I went around, look at other people's facility, and I copied, and I built a comfortable looking place for this pig in. And from there, I started loving these animals. I paid much attention to them. I watched them grow. And I gathered information as I go along. And every month, after I paid out salaries, etc., whatever is left, I went and I bought a sow. And it went on from there until I am now the owner of the 20 sow units. I have had my bad days because I learn as I go along. I learn from pilfering. I can remember at one stage in my life, I lost 69 mature pigs, weighing like 150 to 180 pounds each. And if you multiply that by, at that time it was like $60 per pound, you know that I have lost a lot of money. And my second poor experience was a high cost of feed. I don't know how many people are in poultry or pig rearing like myself, but the price of feed kept going up, and it was blamed on the US dollar devaluation. And at one stage I remember I said, I can't manage. I can't manage. When I pay the staff, I don't have a dollar left. I was living on faith. Anyway, I kept the faith. I said I wasn't giving up because I love my animals. And I just believe the sun will come out tomorrow. Another obstacle which I faced was the unjust creditors. As a woman, and I say a woman, when you go out there, when people place their orders, and you have concrete agreement, you go and you make your delivery. On the day when you have to pick up your little check, you hear another sad story. It is not nice. You see all the problems facing you, but you just have to go on. You have to find a plan to work around that problem that you have. And I am one of those victims. I went into it, I met these unjust creditors, and I just had to go on. And I'm here today. Amidst all this, in the pig farming, I realized that some problems that we face as farmers could not be dealt with as on a one-to-one basis. And I was one of those persons who met with Mr. Violence Gifford and Miss Deborah siblings and encouraged them to form an association. They suggested it to other farmers who agreed because there are a number of problems facing the pig industry. And this association was formed. I was the secretary. Some of the problems that were faced were high cost of feed, the fluctuating availability of pork, which every 3 years the pig industry goes up and then it goes up and then it goes down. Today, the association has allowed for a survey to be done, which has been done. A development plan has been done too. So there are a lot of suggestions. We have found out what some of these problems are, and they are making arrangement to have them adjusted. High imports, which messes up farmers every year, especially at Christmas time, because we don't, according to them, we don't have enough pigs here to supply our country. So arrangement has been made for imported pork to come here, but too much is coming. And so the small farmers can't sell. We have lovely government and we are making some headways just now. And then the quality of the carcass. There are some people who really want a lot of fat on their pork. But put it this way, Jamaicans are becoming health conscious. We don't need that.
Yeah.
And many of the pig farmers are from olden days who used to see their parents and grandparents tie up a one pig on the backyard and feed it on some banana skin, you name it. And the pig stays 1.5 years to mature, and then you consider it the sweetest meat. But it is not so anymore. We have come up with genetics, which can make things work much better and you have better qualities. And the Pig Farmers Association has been doing a lot of training to educate these older farmers how to make things work so that people like you sitting down there can enjoy your pork. And let us look at the challenges that faces a pig farmer. Pig rearing is not something you just feed a pig and leave the pig for the day. No. Pigs have to be monitored, especially when they are going through the breeding process. They are next to human, so they experience serious problems like breech pregnancies. And they can go into what you call it now, fits, Jamaican term, or abortions, yes, or miscarriages. And these are things that you usually have to help them with. The disposal of waste. I had a serious problem once because I had a pit where all this waste went down in, but it wasn't covered. And there were some people who lived quite a distance away, but I would not dream that the stench would travel so far to affect them. And nobody said anything to me until I saw the public health inspector turn up to tell me that I am a nuisance to the people living some distance away. And I have not yet got a biodigester, but I had to create a better situation so that these people could live comfortable down the road. And I tell you, until I had the problem solved, I couldn't live in peace. And I consider it a serious challenge that I've gone through. I don't know, I don't have more gray hairs in my head. But pig farming has to go on. And it will go on. Because a lot of us don't know how important the pigs are to us. Apart from the pork we eat, the pig plays a vital role in a lot of us' lives, regardless of the religion that we are connected to. Did you know that the fat from the pork is used to make lipstick? Yes. And a lot of us who are vegetarians are happily wearing byproducts of the pork. And the pancreas, it is from that fluid that insulin is made. So for those persons who are diabetic, when the synthetic insulin fails, it is the product of pork that is keeping us alive. And the skin of the pork is used for porcelain dressing. Some people pronounce it as porcelain, P-O-R-C-L-A-I. The hair of the pig is used to make paintbrush. And the blood plasma. You see, there are some women who go through what is the problem after they have a baby. Like there's no milk in the breast. It is the blood plasma that is used to stimulate a hormone in the human's body to make the milk flow down fast. And the bone of the pork is used to make nails. While being a member of the Big Farmers Association, I came upon a project implemented by Inter-American Institute for Cooperation of Agriculture, ICA, under the theme Strengthening the Competitive Advantage for Primary Producers, focusing on rural women in agriculture, and sponsored by CPEC. I decided to embark on this training. Being a pig farmer, I would be qualified because I'm a producer. The program was designed to support the development of marginalized, deep rural women who continue to be a strong supportive entity in our society. It carried 3 components which lasted 18 months. We were trained in good agricultural practices, food and environmental safety, business, financial management, trade and trade-related issues, and computer. So today, all 200 women who were trained are all computer literate. Yeah. They are all exposed to good agricultural practices, which is for the betterment of our country. The second leg saw us looking at areas, they say, we are running our business. We need to be more rounded. So we were trained in association management, strategic planning, project proposal, and leadership and team building skills. At the end of the project, 4 persons were awarded scholarships. I was among those 4, and I was awarded a scholarship to Costa Rica, where I studied good agricultural practices, observing international standards. Today, I'm a yoga specialist and trainer of trainers. I do this as expired, so I take my seat and let somebody else come. I just want to put it